Hello dears, how are you all?
Welcome to our YouTube channel Swapnaraj Story.
We brings a new interesting learning story. So please watch the video till the end.
Before starting the video, we request you that
If you are new in our channel, then please subscribe our YouTube channel.
to inspire us, please like the video and share with your friends that they can listen interesting learning stories.
Let's enjoy.
Today I tell you a interesting story. In London in -4 written by Louis Fisher.
Sir, thank you.
Do you know that the second round table conference in London is an important landmark in the history of Indian freedom movement?
Yes, sir. It was held in London from the 7th of September 1931 to the 1st of December 1931. Note that, in London in -4 forms a chapter in the life of Mahatma Gandhi.
In this essay, the author portrays the character of Gandhiji more as a humane human being than as a politician. Good. Today I tell you something about this. Gandhi sailed from Bombay on the SS Rajputana at noon on August 29th. 1931, accompanied by his youngest son, Devadas, his chief secretary, Mahadev Desai, who, he said, out Boswell mislaid Karilal Nair, and aide, G.D. Birla, the textile millionaire Pandit Malaviya, and Mrs. Naidu. Gandhi was proceeding as sole delegate of Congress to the second round table conference in London. No other delegates were necessary since he spoke for the organization and for a considerable segment of local India. In London from September 12 to December 5, he stayed most of the time at Kingsley Hall, an East Settlement house, as guest of Muriel Leicester, who had visited him in 1926. Mornings he took walks through the nearby slum areas, and men and women on the way to work would smile at him and he engaged them in conversation and later came to their homes. Children called him Uncle Gandhi and sidled up to him and held his hand. One mischief-loving youngster called out, "Hey Gandhi, where's your trousers?" The Mahatma had a good laugh.
It's so insulting. What happened after that? What Gandhiji do? How he react?
Gandhiji was humble in dress and simple in manners.
Yes.
He was a wonderful newspaper copy, and journalists buzzed around him incessantly. One reporter questioned Gandhi about his dress. "Your people," he replied, "wear +4s, mine are -4s." When he was invited to tea in Buckingham Palace with King George V and Queen Mary, all England was agog over what he would wear. He wore the usual loincloth, sandals, a shawl, and his dangling dollar watch. Subsequently, someone asked Gandhi whether he had enough on. The king, he replied, had enough on for both of us. He enjoyed himself everywhere. He had talks with Lord Irwin, wartime Prime Minister David Lloyd George, the Archbishop of Canterbury, Field Marshal Smuts, Bernard Shaw, and scores of others, and went down into the country near Reading to pay his respects to Colonel Maddock, who had performed the appendectomy on him in Pune jail. Winston Churchill refused to see him. He also addressed innumerable public meetings and spent 2 memorable weekends at Oxford. In these and in the private conversations he tried, above all else, to explain what he meant by the independence of India. He would cut India off from the empire entirely, from the British nation not at all, if I want India to gain and not to grieve. The emperorship must go and I should love to be an equal partner with Britain, sharing her joys and sorrows, and an equal partner with the dominions.
But it must be a partnership on equal terms. He was describing Precisely and with remarkable precision the status free India assumed in the Commonwealth in 1948. Then, we need to go now. It's so let come I will tell you. Seat in the car. Oh. We may go now. Yes, sir. He went even further. He saw what many of his followers have not yet discerned. Isolated independence is not the goal, he asserted. It is voluntary interdependence. Liberated colonies so treasure their newfound independence, they think it is a viable reality. But the law of nature in love, friendship, work, progress, and security is creative interdependence. Do you know Gandhiji was accessible to all? Yes, sir. Did he confine himself to the round table conference only? Everywhere he made friends by his charm, frankness, humanity, and accessibility. He even walked into the lion's den in Lancashire where his agitation for khadi and against foreign cloth had caused painful unemployment. At a meeting of the textile mill workers, one man said, "I am one of the unemployed, but if I was in India I would say the same thing that Mr. Gandhi is saying." A delightful photograph taken outside the Greenfield Mill at Darwin shows Gandhi wrapped in white homespun from neck to knee, for it was cold, and squeezed in among cheering, applauding women, one of whom, to his embarrassment, is holding his hand. He made friends even among those he hurt. "I found that my work lies outside the conference," he told a London audience. Udharan. This is the real round table conference. The seed which is being sown now may result in softening the British spirit and in preventing the brutalization of human beings. We reached at the point. So we need to go.
What's happened then?
Mahadev Desai's diaries show that the Mahatma often got to bed at 2 a.m. Awoke at 3:45 a.m. for prayers, wrote letters and read papers, rested again from 5 to 6, and had no respite from then till the next morning at 1 or 2 a.m. Small wonder that he occasionally slept at sessions of the conference. He did not give it his best. The Round Table Conference was bound to fail. Lord Reading, a member of the British delegation, formulated the British purpose in one sentence: "I believe that the true policy between Britain and India is that we should in this country strive all we can to give effect to the views of India while preserving at the same time our own position, which we must not and cannot abandon." An irresistible force, India's yearning to be free, met an immovable object, Britain's wish to stay in India. That made agreement impossible. The British government had assigned 2 Scotland Yard detectives to guard Gandhi in England. They were special policemen, giants in size, who usually protected royalty. They grew too like the little man. Unlike most dignitaries, Gandhi did not keep them at arm's length or ignore them. He discussed public affairs with them and visited their homes. He discussed public affairs with them and visited their homes. Before leaving England, he requested that they be allowed to accompany him to Brindisi, Italy, whence he would sail for India. Their chief asked the reason why. "Because they are part of my family," Gandhi replied. From India he sent each a watch engraved with love from Mr. Gandhi.
Thank you so much, sir, for the interesting story. Please like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel to stay connected with us.
To get the fastest notifications of our interesting videos, press the bell icon and on all notifications.
Bye bye. See you in the next video.